Hello my beautiful friends and welcome back to my channel. Today I thought we'd just chill, hang out, talk about one of my favorite topics, which is jewelry. If there is one thing I can always remember being obsessed with, it is jewelry. Ever since I was a little girl, I very vividly remember one Christmas where I went through the Fortune Off. Do you remember when Fortune Off was around? I went through the Fortune Off catalog and I circled this heart ring that I really wanted for Christmas. I did not think that Santa would get it for me and I got it, and it's just like jewelry is such a sentimental gift to me. Any gift that makes me cry, I feel, well, that's a lie. Most of the time it's jewelry. Sometimes it's a cat book that my husband, bought me for Christmas. I sob over jewelry because it's just, it ends up becoming a piece of you, especially if you're someone like me. I wear jewelry every day. There are pieces that I never take off of my body. It's just, it becomes one with my being. And it's so nice to like have pieces people have given you throughout the years that, are no longer here. Like, jewelry that my mom and my dad have bought me. My dad has passed. When I wear those jewelry pieces, I think about my dad. I have beautiful jewelry pieces from my late great aunt, little timestamps that you get to wear on a daily basis. And I'm someone that jewelry brings such joy to my life. And I didn't really realize this until yesterday. It is no surprise if you've been keeping up with my channel. I'm kind of going through a funk, a long-winded funk. But January's been a really, really tough month for me. My mental health has definitely been suffering. But yesterday I woke up early before I went to work and I took the time to pick out earrings and pick out rings, and I wore different rings than I wear on a daily basis, and I put earrings in my second hole. My one hole is like all swollen and bloody because I haven't worn earrings in my second hole in so long, but I felt so much better. Like, it makes me so happy to like wake up and decorate myself with jewelry. You do not need Cartier pieces. Whether you're interested in buying them, whether you just want to hear if they're worth the hype, then please do continue to watch this video. Show you guys my pieces, the wear and tear on them, whether or not I recommend them. I'm going to tell you guys my wish list. We're going to go through it all. Me and my husband love going to Cartier. We love walking around. I love trying on things. I love checking out what's new. It is expensive. You do not need it. You can go to a jeweler and buy beautiful 18 karat gold pieces, because Cartier, you're not only paying for the quality of the golds, because it is good quality, but you're also paying for the name. So do not be fooled. Do not think that in order to be cool, okay, you need to go to Cartier and buy a love bracelet or buy a love ring. You don't. And to be quite honest with you, I love all my Cartier pieces, and they are basic biatch pieces, because a lot of people own Cartier and it's like, oh, a love bracelet, that's nothing new. It's been around forever. Everyone and their mother has it, whether it's a real one, whether it's a fake one, it's overdone. Do I still love it? Yes, but it is overdone. So I'm just saying, I love unique pieces. The pieces that are heirloom pieces, like the beautiful ring that I own for my great late aunt with the 3 diamonds in it, that gets the most compliments, more than any of my Cartier pieces. So while I am a Cartier stan, I'm just here to remind you that, you should not be spending paychecks on a piece of jewelry just because you feel like you should. You should if you want to and you can financially afford it, which if you can, if you can't, that's none of my business. But you don't need to buy Cartier is what I'm here to say. So with that being said, let's go ahead, let's hop into the video. I took so many notes so I can share each and every little bit with you. The pieces that I own, the things that I would like to own in the future, far future from now, because right now I'm currently saving up to buy a home. That is my main goal. I have a total of 6 pieces. I'm 33 years old. I started obtaining Cartier pieces in 2021. I think most of them have been gifted to me. I don't think I bought a single piece for myself. My husband has bought all of them for me. So big shout out to Michael. Thank you, Michael, for this video, because if it were not for you, we would not have this beautiful Cartier collection that I love, I adore, and I wear all the time. So let's go ahead and let's hop into it. I guess I'll just start off with my oldest piece, which I received in 2021. Michael gave this to me on the day of our wedding when we got married at a church. Mike and I had a COVID wedding, so trauma lives in there a little bit, as dramatic as that sounds. Thank God I am not someone who has dreamed of my wedding day since I was a little girl. I always dreamed of having like an amazing husband and all of that, because to me that is so much more important than a wedding day, which thank God for Michael. We all know, thank God for Michael. But I've never been someone nuts drunk on my wedding day, but it was a little, it kind of sucked, to be honest, to be a COVID bride. But anyway, the day that Mike and I walked down the aisle, became husband and wife at the church, Michael bought me this love bracelet. Now, this is the small model. They recently came out with a medium model that is so exciting because I find like the large one is so pretty and makes such a statement, but I am a very petite person. I have very small wrists. I'm 5'4". I'm very narrow up top. And I'm also the kind of person where I like to stack my jewelry. Believe it or not, I'm only wearing 2 bracelets here, but normally I'll have like 10 bracelets up my arm. And I just find that the smaller the jewelry piece is, now this is just my opinion, you know, you do you. Everyone has different opinions. Everyone has different style. Everyone has different tastes, but I like smaller pieces so that they kind of like blend together and can be a stackable arm candy moment. You know, I have gone into Tiffany and I've tried on that beautiful, like chunky, kind of like interlinked bracelet, and it looks so good in the big size. But at the end of the day, I'm not someone where I just want to wear one bracelet. I want to wear as many things in a day that make me happy as possible. You guys know I normally have a ring on like almost every single finger. We're gonna add them as I go and talk through them. But again, this is the love bracelet in the small model. I'm size 16. When Michael bought this for me, it was definitely a lot less. I do not have the paperwork for this, but right now it retails for $4,750, which I'm very sure Michael paid a lot of money, but a lot less than that. They have definitely had price hikes, and some of these pieces I've only owned for a year or two, and the price has went up exponentially. I have had this on every single day since June 4th, 2021. I took it off once to get it polished. We can talk about that in just a second. If you are someone like my husband, he cannot stand scratches. Any kind of like nick on anything, it drives him berserk. This is a flat 18 karat gold, and anything with a flat surface tends to scratch. So this has a ton of scratches, but I find like it looks more authentic to me when it's scratched up. When I first put it on, it was beautiful, it was shiny, it was bright, but it almost looked a little fake. Now, I am someone where in my 20s, I wanted a love bracelet and I bought a fake love bracelet off of Amazon. Those quickly got pulled from Amazon, I think, because it was such a good dupe. When I got this new, it looked like my fake Cartier bracelet because again, it's very shiny, it's very bright. But now that I've had this on for 4 years now, you know, you can see the scratches. It's just so beautiful. I love it. This is, again, like a part of me. Jewelry is so sentimental to me, no matter if it's Cartier or not Cartier. I sob all the time when people give me jewelry because for me, I love jewelry. It makes me so happy, and it's nice to like look down at my wrist on any given day and see these 2 bracelets that I have. This is a diamond tennis bracelet that Mike bought for me for Christmas a very long time ago. But these are 2 bracelets that I never, ever, ever, ever take off. And so every time I look down, I think of, you know, Mike and I, our wedding day, which is they're like little time capsules, such a sweet moment. I think of my husband and how strong the 2 of us became because of the hardships that we had, being that we had a COVID wedding, and then shortly after that my dad got sick, and it's just like a really good symbol of the love that my husband and I have for one another, and it just brings me happiness and joy. You can think that that is materialistic and shallow, but to me it has so much more meaning than just a bracelet. And then again, this is not Cartier, but when I look at my tennis bracelet, I think about when Mike and I first started dating and just like the butterflies that you get when you first start dating someone. So I just love it. They're little time capsules, and yeah, they're very special to me. I also have the Justin Claw, I don't know if I'm saying that right, the nail bracelet, the infamous nail bracelet that everyone and their mother has. I also have the small model of this because again, I really, really like to layer my bracelets, and just the big chunky nail bracelet would not look good on me. I'm very petite. I love gaudy things, we all know. When it comes to bracelets, I love gaudiness in volume. You know what I'm saying? So this I received in 2022. This is, again, the small model. It is yellow gold. When Mike bought this for me, it was $3,400. Now on Cartier, it retails for $3,600. So it went up by $200. I used to wear this all the time, and this is one of my most loved Cartier pieces. But the thing is that now that it is winter, I'm wearing a lot of sweaters, and this bracelet gets caught in everything. It pulls everything. It's ruined sweaters of mine. There was a very long period of time, honestly, for the last 3 years that I did not take this off as well. I sleep with, I shower with, I work out with, I never take it off. But I did take it off again because of my sweaters and it ruining it. But I do want to mention this because I've watched a lot of Cartier review videos and not a lot of people say this, but this locks, like this opens and locks. So can you see how this is very bendable? Okay, now this one, it's open. Okay, so now when I put it on, I can fit my wrist through it, and then all you do is take the nail head and you pull it over the nail end, and now it's locked. This is important. I don't think it's gonna fall off whether you lock it or unlock it, but in my brain, the locking mechanism makes a difference. And also, when you lock it, make sure that you unlock it before taking it off, because my sales associate has told Mike and I so many times that people will come in, their sales associate did not mention that it locks and unlocks. They've somehow locked it and then they try to take it off while it's locked and they end up ruining their love bracelet. So just make sure, again, I'll show you again, that you unlock it and then take it off like that, okay? But I love this bracelet. Does everyone and their mother have it? Yes, they do. But I love the way that it stacks. I love the way that it sits. I love that it's 18 karat gold. Not as scratched as my love bracelet, I think, because it is rounded, you see? It's not a flat surface. 18 karat gold is soft. That is 75% gold and then 25% other metals. The higher in gold that you go, the more softer the gold is, but this doesn't really show any wear and tear. Cartier, a lot of the people, the sales associate, recommend putting it so that the nail head is next to your love bracelet. Now, I've heard people say that after time, oh, actually mine has done it. Oh my God, guys. I didn't notice this until just now. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see, but over time, the side of it kind of flattens from rubbing up against the love bracelet. I don't know if you can see that. It is like so small and insignificant, but I have heard people, specifically Freya on YouTube, who has said that it bothers her, and so she's left it so that the nail end touches the Cartier love bracelet so that this, the round head, isn't constantly hitting against something and flattening. But I do think that it looks better this way. I just think that the styling looks interesting because it kind of creates that space between the two. If you are someone where you're we're all spending a lot of money on Cartier, okay? It's ridiculous, but if it bothers you that there's scratches, then just keep note of that little, just keep note of the nail head hitting against another gold metal and kind of like, I don't know, flattening a little bit if that's something that bothers you. My rings. Now, I love my Cartier rings. My oldest is the Cartier Clash. I love this. It is so beautiful. My husband actually bought the same ring as me because it's like a fidget spinner. The outside little ringlets, I don't know if you can see, but they sit inside of the ring. So it kind of has like movement to it, like you can move it and it wiggles. It's so interesting. It looks so expensive. I love how the light hits it and it looks super shiny. I like that it brings texture to my rings. Like, this is the most textured ring that I own. This is, again, the Clash de Cartier. This is the small model. This is in rose gold. Cartier rose gold is not very pink. I don't like rose gold, but I love this ring because it doesn't pull too pink on me. And I am very fair. I have a very fair complexion and I have a neutral undertone, but sometimes like rose gold can pull out that kind of like pinkishness from my skin and just, it kind of like makes me look dead. It's not flattering for me. Out of all of the metals, I would say, because I am neutral, technically, I can wear silver or gold, but I think gold leaves my skin a little bit more lively than silver, and then rose gold kind of makes me look a little sickly. So it's just, everyone's different, but again, you don't need to worry about that with Cartier, because if it was any pinker than this, I would have never wanted this ring. I wanted this for the longest time. I loved this ring the second I saw it, the second it came out. I saw it in the case and was like, I need this. I could not get the ring out of my head. It was all I could think about every time we walked past Cartier. I would go and try the ring on and just look at it. I had saved up money. I wanted to buy it. Mike and I went and, he ended up buying it for me because I tried it on. He was like, I love it. Let me just get it for you. And he is the best. Great husband. Love him so much. Not just because he buys me jewelry, but because he's just so like selfless, and I adore him. We all know this. I do not need to spend any time here. Clash was not such a big collection for Cartier until recently. So the Clash ring, this was the only option, was rose gold. Since I got this ring, March of 2023, they have come out with white gold, and they've also come out with yellow gold. I thought it was unique. Like, it was Cartier, so in my opinion, Cartier, most of it is basic, but this was a little less basic because it was not like a well-rounded collection with very many options. At the time, we purchased it for $2,240, and since then it has been hiked up in price to $2,510. So all of Cartier's jewelry has gone up a decent amount, if not significantly, in my opinion. I love this ring. It is something that I will cherish forever and ever and ever. And again, it brings such life and texture to my collection. It's just such a unique piece, and out of all of the rings that I own from Cartier, which is 3, I definitely get the most compliments on this one. The next ring, which caused, you know, first world problems, such pains for me, was this Panther. I don't know how you say it, okay? Panther, I don't know. They Cartier. I'm not French, okay? I don't know. I saw this in the store, same kind of thing. Mike and I, we really need to stop walking through Cartier, but Mike and I went through Cartier. We were just browsing and I saw this ring, and if you know me, you know I love cats. I have a little tuxedo man of my own, but ever since I was a little girl, I am just such a cat lady, a cat woman. Mike ended up buying this for me for Christmas, but can you see it has the little panther? How cute is that? It's a little panther head. Now the nose is made of onyx, and I cannot say this word. I looked it up, but I totally forgot how you say it, but this word right here, those are the eyes, the garnet eyes. So he has green eyes and a black onyx nose, and he is so adorable. Oh, I should have mentioned this. Cartier, the Clash one, over time it gets duller. Like when I first bought this, again, much like the love bracelet, it was super, super bright, but there's no like damage to it. It's not scratched because it's not flat. It has a lot going on. It has a lot of texture to it, and it's so beautiful. It looks brand new, and again, a ring that I wear almost every single day of my life. Now this one, the Panther, she is battered, honey, and she is bruised. Can you see how scratched she is? I hope Mike's not watching this video. Dings in her, like little craters in her. Can you see? It's terrible. But I still love her. I still wear her. And in my opinion, it gives her character. So I like to face the cat towards me so that when I look at my finger, I can see her little adorable face. And I'm not kidding you, I pet her. Mike bought this for me for Christmas. It was way too big on me. I wanted something that was tighter, and I wanted the ring to specifically fit on my index finger. We went crazy. Now the Panther collection is not as readily available as say the Juiced and Claw or the Love bracelet. Those are just, they have a lot of them in stock at all times because they are their most popular collections. Their Panther collections are more on the high, I mean, it's all expensive, but the Panther collection is a bit more overall expensive. This is yellow gold. Again, I told you, the onyx and whatnot. I will put the size of this down below because I am not sure what size it is. If you were to look this up online, it is currently $3,650. And when Mike and I received this February 25th of 23, it took us 2 months to get my size. I'm not kidding you. Mike and I ended up taking a trip to Miami. We went to the Cartier in Miami. It was like we could not find my size anywhere because again, the Panther collection is not as readily available as some of the other collections. This definitely went up in price. Definitely my most battered and bruised piece from Cartier. So you've just been forewarned. Like the gold on this is just so soft. If you've been thinking about it, it is very expensive and it is very, very fragile, in my opinion. My most recent Cartier is the Love ring. Now this is the one thing that I did not get in the small size. Again, I love gaudy things, but again, when it comes to bracelets, I love volume. When it comes to necklaces and when it comes to rings, I love gaudy. I want to look like a Ginzo. Okay, I want to look like your Italian grandfather who just got out of his Cadillac. That's what I want to look like. And my husband, I love him because he knows me. He gave this to me for Christmas, and he spoke to our sales associate at Cartier, and the sales associate was like, Mike, I think you should get her the small model. And Mike was like, no. Yeah, my wife loves gaudy when it comes to rings, so I'm gonna get her this one, and thank God that he did. One downfall of this, and again, first world problems, is that this size fits the same finger as my Panther, so I oftentimes don't wear them together. And a lot of this month I've just been wearing this ring. I kind of just like how this ring stands out on its own by itself. It's very masculine. I've said this before, but you have my wedding ring and my wedding band, and it's very feminine. I made it gaudy because I'm a gaudy person. I had my wedding band made so that my engagement ring sits right in it, like it clicks into it. But just something about this, like this is like what I would want my wedding band to look like if I were a man. I love that it's unisex. I mean, any of the Cartier pieces are unisex. I told you that Mike has the same clash ring as me. I love that it's kind of androgynous. Here's like my woman married hand, and like here's my man married hand. I don't know if any of that makes sense, but that's how, I don't know. That's just how I see it in my brain and why I love it so much. Love ring, again, it is the classic model. It is yellow gold. I received this in December of 2024, and this retails for $1,940, and this is size 48. I have had this for less than a month, and she's a little scratched already, but again, because she is smooth, and I imagine she will be, you know, worn and torn just like my love bracelet, because again, this is the same collection, but I love this. This is my most worn ring at the moment. It's just easy. And I like that I can wear this one alone. I mean, I could wear the other ones alone too, but I don't know, look at this. Like, look at this. Okay, mental note. And then look at this. I just feel like this is such a statement piece. It stands so well on its own. Honestly, jewelry makes me happy, and the more jewelry that I wear, the happier that I am. But on days where I'm just lazy, I feel like this completes the finger candy. So I'm a very big fan of this. I absolutely love this. It is such a beautiful gift, and one that I will cherish forever and a lifetime. I love the Love collection. Basic, but you know, everyone owns it for a reason. I just feel like there's such staple pieces. I only take my rings off to work out because I lift weights and I don't want the metal to scratch on the metal, but otherwise I don't really take my rings off aside from when I'm working out. My last most expensive piece, this was my 1-year wedding anniversary gift, so I got this in June of 2022. It is my Santos watch. My Santos watch is battered and bruised. I don't know how much this was because my husband has the paperwork. It was definitely cheaper than what it is now because again, I got it in 2022. But this now retails for $7,050. And again, very androgynous. It has a really big face, kind of gives you like grandpa vibes. Can you see the blue arms? And I don't know if you can see, but it is so scratched. My husband just bought one for himself. They have remodeled it. Lucky him. And it is scratch resistant on the front. So if you do not own a Santos Cartier and you're thinking about it, this is irrelevant to you. Like how scratched she is irrelevant to you. Can you see how scratched she is? Not the face. The face isn't scratched, but around the frame of the face. Make sure you ask your sales associate that it's scratch resistant. I don't know if maybe there are older models still floating around, so I would just inquire and ask, but my husband has the same damn watch as me, except he has the one where the face is darker and I just have your classic like white face. Oh my God, I love this watch. But yeah, so his is scratch proof and mine is not. And honestly, you know, thank God that it's that way around and not the other way around. In the end, it worked out. But this is my watch. I absolutely love it. I love how gaudy she is. Again, it gives grandpa vibes, which I love. We all know I am a grandma/grandpa at heart. I am somewhat craving a smaller watch. Like I do love this. It is such a timeless piece. It makes any outfit. But I am kind of interested in a more feminine watch. Which watch, I don't know, but I'm not gonna buy a watch anytime soon because the reality is that I care about how many steps I get in a day. I'm always trying to get 10,000 minimum. I always care about, you know, tracking my exercise, my activity. So I hate her. but I also love her at the same time. And I would love to get more wear out of this watch, but she is a beauty. If you've been thinking about her, I highly recommend her. I think she comes in other sizes, but don't quote me. But again, this is the original Santos watch. And then I don't know if you can see, but it has the nails around it, which I love because it's like the love bracelet, how the love bracelet has those kind of like nails too. Very similar and cool. And I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. So you might be wondering, Fortune, what is your favorite piece? Or like, what do you recommend the most? Now, I have to say my favorite piece is definitely my original piece, my love bracelet that I received the day of my wedding. It was my first Cartier. I received it on the day that I married the love of my life, okay? I know, vom, disgusting, but it's true. They say in terms of value, when you go to Cartier and you talk to the sales associate, they will say to buy a watch. Now, whether that is because it is the most expensive and they get like the most commission, you know, I don't know. Cartier watches have a resale that is higher than if you were to, you know, resell a love bracelet or any of their high-end jewelry. Supposedly beautifully made. We could get Michael on the channel and he can talk us through watches. I don't know enough about watches. My expertise lies within the jewelry department. My favorite pieces tend to be the pieces that I can wear the most. So I love both of my bracelets. I would say my love bracelet, my nail bracelet, just because they are genuinely pieces that I put on and I don't take off, especially my love bracelet. I haven't taken it off in 4 years. In terms of my rings, I love them all. I would like to say that the Panther is my favorite just because it is the most expensive and it is the most unique to my collection. And while I don't mind scratches to a degree, it's just that one is just so battered and bruised that I wouldn't feel right saying that I recommend it to you. Like honestly, I'm not gonna sit here and say that I recommend any of it. If you are someone where you are comfortable wearing jewelry 24/7, I think that a love bracelet is the best for you. You can live in it. If you are someone where you don't like to have things on you at all the time, I would not recommend the love bracelet to you. I would recommend getting a ring that you can take on and off, or even getting the Justin Claw bracelet, the nail bracelet, because you can take this on and off. I will recommend Cartier jewelry just for the longevity of it. You know, like these are pieces that if you so choose, you can have them in your collection for a lifetime. They could be family heirlooms. You can pass them down to your children, your children's children, whoever it is. And I do also want to mention that Cartier does offer a cleaning service or a polishing service. There is a difference now. If you get it super, super cleaned, I don't know what the different terms are, but there is a service that they offer that they literally take off a layer of the gold so that all the scratches are gone. So if I wanted to, I could bring my love bracelet in and have a layer of it taken off so that all the scratches are gone. But the issue with that, and I want you to know this and keep this in mind because not everyone shares everything. You're taking away some of the weight of the gold. So like in the long run, will that weight equate to less money in gold? I think maybe a little bit. I don't know. I don't know enough about gold, but you are taking some of the golds off. So in turn, it is going to take a little bit of the weight of the golds off. And also, you see how the love bracelet has those like nail things, it has like those little designs, those will fade because they are engraved. So if you think about it, they're engraved to a certain depth, and if you take away a layer, they're not as deep anymore. So I have gotten my jewelry polished, but I've never gotten it to the point where they're taking a layer of the gold off. So just so you know, I think the polishing, they just use steam, like high steam pressure machine, and that just cleans it. So, you know, but it's not going to take any of the scratches off. So I just want you to know that. I do have a wish list, but again, I'm saving for a house. I do not want any Cartier this year, Michael. If you happen to watch this video, please, no Cartier for me. But there are definitely things that I have on my wish list. Number one, top spot is definitely the Clash bangle. I love it. Now the Clash bangle, it comes in a bangle version and a bracelet version. So the bangle is sturdy, so it remains circular, just like my nail bracelet. So it looks like this. Circular, stays like that. It is a genuine bangle. But then it also comes in a bracelet where you can lay it flat. They do vary in price, But again, because I like stacking, I definitely would like the bangle. I think like it's hard, and I'm gonna say this, it's hard to layer regular bracelets, like malleable bracelets, with any kind of bangles, especially the bangles from Cartier, because they kind of get lost underneath. My tennis bracelet does a good job of holding its own because it is flat and it has width to it, but if you're wearing just like a very dainty bracelet, it will get lost in the mix. It will get tangled into your nail bracelet. It will go underneath. It will kind of be a mess. So for me, I would really like a bangle. And just for you, you know, if you want to buy bangle bracelets, just you've been forewarned that you can wear them together. There's no like rules of jewelry, but it might annoy you because it annoys me, and I just wanted to share my experience of, that's why I'm here, to share my experience of all my Cartier pieces. Another bangle that I would like is the Panther bangle. It is literally the exact same design as my Panther ring that I have over here. I think it is beautiful. I think it will be destroyed within the first day of using it, simply because my ring is destroyed, and like your wrist, I feel like, you know, you bang, you type, you're right, your wrist is very active and it is, you know, clashing often with other things. I would say that's probably last on my wish list, so I probably should have mentioned that last, but I would also really, really love the medium love bracelet. I am intrigued. Like I said, I really love my small love bracelet. It is my favorite piece that I own, but the original love bracelet, which is the largest one, it just looks too clunky on me. So I think the medium would be nice. I think it would look so cute to have two love bracelets together. So bouge. Whether I want yellow golds or white golds, TBD. I also would like a larger Panther ring. I love my Panther ring. Again, love it, but they came out with a larger version and it is just gaudy and a statement and ferocious, and I love it. I hope that this video did not make you feel like you need to go out and spend your money, although there will be price hikes. So if you want something, I do still think that you should buy it today rather than a year from today. Let me know down below anything you want to talk about. Let's talk about jewelry. Is there a jewelry brand that you love that's not Cartier? Let me know. If you enjoyed this video and you enjoy jewelry videos, do be sure to give it a big thumbs up down below. This way I can upload more of them for you. If you're not yet subscribed, make sure to hit subscribe and click the bell button next to it. This way you get a notification every time a new video goes live here on my channel. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I really, really hope to see you in my next one. Bye, guys. Mwah.